In China, engineers drained an entire riverbed, dug 165 feet deep, and filled it with tons of concrete. A year later, the results were nothing short of amazing. What seemed impossible at first turned into a remarkable engineering achievement. So, what exactly did China build under the river, and why did everyone end up so impressed? Let's dive in and find out. The ambitious project. When a river slices a city in two, the most obvious solution seems simple enough. Build a bridge. Or maybe two or three, depending on how ambitious the local authorities are about development. After all, it's not just about getting people across the river. It's about fostering growth and connectivity. But what if, instead of building over the river, you build under it? That's exactly what the Chinese decided to do in the capital of Shandong province, Jinan, creating a jaw-dropping infrastructure feat that's captured global attention. Jinan, a city with a population of 9.4 million people, isn't just any ordinary city. It stands as a vital hub of industry and innovation. With a GDP of 90 billion, it ranks among the top 20 cities in China. Jinan is home to big steel mills, chemical plants, and is a major transport node for both national and international routes. But that's not all. Jinan is also a city of progress. The presence of the Jinan Innovation Zone, one of China's first high-tech industrial development zones, speaks volumes about the city's forward-thinking mentality. From cutting-edge IT equipment manufacturing to advancements in quantum technology and blockchain, Jinan is setting the bar high in multiple industries. Yet, for all its modern developments, Jinan has also managed to preserve its cultural heritage. In a quirky twist of urban planning, authorities have found innovative ways to move old houses without damaging them. Picture this. A 127-year-old house, once stuck in the way of development, was effortlessly relocated 230 feet away, all thanks to an ingenious wheel system. This city knows how to balance progress and history, and it doesn't stop there. In the face of such a bustling metropolis, the latest project, a tunnel built under the river, takes Jinan's ambition to new heights. This isn't just any tunnel. The challenge was immense. More than 2 million meters of underground and underwater tunnel had to be constructed, and they did it in just 110 days. Yes, you heard that right, 110 days. To put it into perspective, most major construction projects would take years to complete. But China, with its advanced technology, cutting-edge machinery, and relentless determination, pushed the boundaries of what seemed possible. This ambitious project is more than just a feat of engineering. It's a statement. It's a clear indication that China's urban development is not only fast, but groundbreaking. And while this particular tunnel in Jinan is making headlines, it's just one example of how the country has been able to push past traditional limitations and redefine how infrastructure can be built. But what truly makes Jinan so unique? Beyond its ambitious construction projects, it's the city's emphasis on innovation and education. As one of the country's leading research hubs, Jinan is home to Shandong University, which ranks highly in scientific research globally. This university isn't just pumping out graduates, it's a key player in developing the cutting-edge technology that powers cities like Jinan into the future. In fact, Jinan's education sector is so advanced that it earned a place among China's top cities for research and development. According to the Nature Index 2023, Shandong University ranks 35th worldwide for scientific output. This places Jinan in the upper echelon of global knowledge and innovation. It's a city that values both the old and the new, a place where technological advancements and cultural heritage coexist seamlessly. But beneath the concrete and steel of Jinan's record-breaking infrastructure lies something even more powerful, an invisible engine driving the city forward. It's not just about tunnels or skyscrapers. The real secret? A rising intellectual superpower that's quietly transforming Jinan into China's next innovation capital. Jinan's role in the global stage. Looking beyond the local scene, Jinan is also making waves on the global stage. The city has earned a reputation as a beta city in the Globalization and World Cities Research Network, a prestigious ranking that places it just below China's alpha cities, like Shanghai. This recognition reflects the city's increasing importance in the global economy. both as an industrial powerhouse and a center for research and development. The authorities in Jinan are aware of their city's growing influence. As part of their development plan for 2024, they're focusing on modernizing infrastructure and enhancing connectivity even further. The tunnel project, for instance, isn't just a logistical achievement, it's part of a broader effort to create a more accessible, efficient, and future-ready city. It's all about building on Jinan's existing strengths and pushing the limits of what can be done in an urban setting. In recent reports, it was revealed that Shandong province had attracted an eye-popping investment of 1.21 trillion yuan, which equals about $168 billion. Out of this massive amount, 660 projects were dedicated to upgrading various industries, while 156 focused on transportation and infrastructure. What stands out here is that a significant portion, around 600 of these projects, was funded by private businesses, showcasing just how attractive this region is for investors. This influx of investment is proof that Jinan is drawing the attention of both local and international players, eager to tap into the city's potential. This isn't just a fluke. The city's economic appeal is undeniable. Jinan's booming industries, including steel production and chemical manufacturing, are bolstered by its strategic location and high-tech zones, making it a perfect hotspot for investment. The fact that such a large chunk of the development is privately funded only adds to the allure of this city as a center for business. From innovation in technology to traditional manufacturing, Jinan's economy is growing rapidly, making it one of the key players in China's economic future. But Jinan, for all its growth, faces one significant geographical challenge. It's bisected by the Yellow River, one of China's two main waterways. This river is a force that has played a major role in shaping the history and economy of the region. While it might be picturesque, the river presents an obstacle for anyone trying to get from one side of the city to the other. This isn't the kind of thing where you hop on a boat or swim across. Sure, there are ways to get to the other bank, but the sheer size of the river makes it a little more complicated than just walking over a bridge. As of 2024, the city has managed to build 15 bridges crossing the Yellow River within its limits. These bridges are vital to connecting the two parts of the city, making commuting more efficient and helping ease the flow of goods and people. However, simply crossing the river isn't enough to tackle the growing demands of a rapidly developing city like Jinan. That's why the Chinese authorities decided to go bigger, pushing the limits of engineering and design. But here is where things take a turn from impressive to absolutely unbelievable. Bridges are one thing, but what do you do when the surface is no longer enough? What if even the widest bridge cannot meet the demands of a booming metropolis split in half by a mighty river? That is when you stop thinking horizontally and start digging beneath history itself. Record-breaking bridges. Let's take a closer look at one of these bridges, which is so impressive that it practically screams, "China's got this." The bridge that opened in January 2022 is not just any bridge. It's the widest bridge over the Yellow River, stretching a massive 12,500 feet in length. The main section alone is over 4,370 feet long, and its width spans an astounding 200 feet. This bridge holds multiple records, including being the longest three-tower self-staying suspension bridge in the world. And because it wouldn't be a proper China record without massive numbers, this bridge used 114,000 tons of steel in its construction. To put that in perspective, that's enough steel to build 2 Eiffel Towers. If you're thinking this kind of engineering comes cheap, you'd be right. The price tag for this bridge was a cool $900 million. Why the need for such an imposing structure? Well, Jinan's traffic needed a solution. With its growing population and bustling industries, it was clear that the city's transport system couldn't keep up with the demand. The design of this bridge was tailored to address that challenge, providing both road and rail traffic lanes. The key innovation was its enormous width, which accommodates both road and rail traffic, easing congestion on both fronts. It's about creating an efficient, multi-purpose transport route that can handle all of Jinan's growing needs. And of course, as with most large-scale projects in China, the bridge was designed not only to serve its practical purpose, but also to stand as a symbol of the country's capabilities in modern engineering. This bridge, like many others in China, is part of a broader trend where infrastructure is not just functional, but designed to break records and push the boundaries of what's possible. In addition to the record-breaking Yellow River Bridge, another marvel in Jinan is the 20,100-foot-long bridge on the river, which holds its own world records. This bridge, the first through-arch bridge with mesh ties on the Yellow River, was another significant leap in the region's transport capacity. But it's not just about size and records for the sake of records. These bridges are vital for the future of Jinan. The 8-lane, two-way highway on one of the Yellow River's bridges is designed to function like a city expressway, allowing traffic to travel up to 37 miles per hour. This is a game-changer for a city that, just a few years ago, was dealing with serious traffic bottlenecks. With these new bridges, Jinan is moving forward with a vision to keep up with the demands of both its industrial growth and its expanding population. China's commitment to infrastructure development is about creating a foundation for future growth. With bridges like these, Jinan is not only connecting its past to its present, but also preparing for its future. The expanding network beneath Jinan. Jinan is breaking records above ground with its monumental bridges. The city planners have taken things a step further, literally underground. Tunnels have become the next big thing in making sure people and goods can move seamlessly from one side of the Yellow River to the other. One of the most impressive projects is an underground route spanning nearly 3 miles, with a jaw-dropping diameter of 52 feet, making it the widest shield tunnel in China that accommodates both cars and trains. This isn't your typical tunnel where either vehicles or trains take priority. Here, they coexist in a perfectly engineered multi-level system. The upper level is a two-way, 6-lane highway dedicated to road traffic, allowing cars to zip across without dealing with the congestion of surface streets. Beneath it, a railway transit system keeps the city's public transportation network running smoothly. And because safety is always a priority, additional evacuation routes and essential infrastructure have been built into the lower sections. While this tunnel is already a game-changer for Jinan, the city's growth shows no signs of slowing down. A booming economy and an ever-increasing population mean that more infrastructure will be needed. The authorities are already working on yet another groundbreaking underground crossing, one that's set to break records once again. Construction of this nearly 4-mile-long tunnel kicked off on September 1st, 2024, and almost immediately grabbed headlines worldwide. The reason? It features the largest diameter ever seen in similar projects, stretching to an astonishing 56 feet. To put that into perspective, let's compare it with the famous Channel Tunnel that links the UK and France. That one spans over 31 miles in length, so in terms of sheer distance, the European tunnel takes the win. But when it comes to width, the Channel Tunnel's rail tunnels are a mere 25 feet in diameter, less than half the size of Jinan's new behemoth. And keep in mind, this is not only a simple road tunnel cutting through a mountain. The Jinan Tunnel is being built directly beneath the Yellow River, meaning it has to withstand not just the immense pressure of solid rock, but also the unpredictable force of the water flowing above it. That's why, as of January 2025, the tunnel has been reinforced with over 1,600 protective ring segments designed to shield it from emergencies. This level of structural reinforcement ensures that whatever happens above ground, the tunnel remains safe and operational. For Jinan's residents, the real concern is how well this tunnel will handle the daily flood of commuters. Thankfully, the city planners seem to have anticipated this challenge and have come up with an innovative solution. But what if we told you this isn't just a tunnel? It's a buried colossus, hiding beneath one of China's most powerful rivers. Designed with military-grade reinforcements and a double-deck system that splits traffic across 2 levels. This isn't just about easing congestion, it's about rewriting what a city can build beneath its own feet. And what's buried beneath might just be more important than what's above. A 2-story traffic system underground. The new tunnel will feature 6 lanes in both directions, an impressive feat considering the space constraints of an underground structure. But how do you fit so many lanes inside a tunnel while maintaining smooth traffic flow? The answer is both simple and brilliant. A 2-story design. Traffic moving in one direction will use 2 levels. On the upper deck, cars will travel in lanes that boast a clearance height of 18 feet, perfect for larger vehicles. On the lower deck, there's another set of lanes with a clearance height of 15 feet, designed to accommodate regular cars and smaller transport. The same structure will be mirrored for traffic moving in the opposite direction. This multi-tiered system maximizes capacity without making the tunnel feel cramped. And just in case you're wondering about speed, yes, you can still make good time underground. Vehicles will be able to cruise at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour, meaning that crossing the 4-mile tunnel under the river will take just a few minutes. There's a catch to all this cutting-edge infrastructure. The authorities have decided to charge a fee for using the tunnel for the next 25 years after construction is completed. Considering the massive investment poured into this project, the reasoning makes sense. The government needs to recoup costs, and with a project of this scale, those costs are no joke. It's estimated that this single tunnel will handle about 7.4% of all traffic across the Yellow River. That might not seem like a huge number at first glance, but in a city of over 9 million people, that's a serious relief for Jinan's already packed transportation network. The completion date is set for 2025, and if history is anything to go by, that deadline is more than just wishful thinking. Unlike many countries where infrastructure projects get bogged down in delays, China has a track record of sticking to its construction schedules. In fact, the most challenging part is the section of the tunnel running directly under the river has already been completed. And if you're wondering how they managed to pull that off so quickly, the answer is simple: record-breaking efficiency. That segment was finished in just 110 days, making it the fastest construction of its kind ever recorded. As advanced as China's engineering is, they didn't do this alone. The key to such a rapid and complex construction process came from Germany, specifically from Herrenknecht, a company known for designing and manufacturing tunnel boring machines. Creating a tunnel beneath the Yellow River required specialized equipment that could handle extreme conditions, and Herrenknecht delivered exactly what was needed. Shanhei is the machine that made this tunnel possible. The geological environment under the river posed a serious challenge. High groundwater pressure and unpredictable terrain meant that only a precision-engineered tunneling system could get the job done. To deal with these conditions, Shanhei was designed with an advanced pressure control system, allowing the excavation chamber to maintain perfect stability. This means it could safely bore through a variety of geological formations, even under pressure levels exceeding 15 bars, which would normally pose a serious risk to tunnel integrity. The challenge was about keeping the tunnel structurally sound. With such a large diameter, 56 feet wide, one of the biggest risks was clogging. A tunnel of this scale generates an enormous amount of debris, which, if not properly managed, could slow construction to a crawl. Shanhei, however, came equipped with a high-tech washing system that efficiently cleared away waste material before it could cause any issues. On top of that, a telescopic camera system was installed to monitor the cutting process in real time, significantly reducing the need for dangerous and time-consuming manual maintenance. A tunnel built for the future. The original plan was ambitious, a single tunnel that could accommodate 2 6-lane roads. That kind of scale is about preparing for the future. As Jinan's population continues to grow, urban expansion will bring even more demand for efficient transportation. With this record-breaking tunnel in place, the city is making sure it stays ahead of the curve. This tunnel is a testament to what happens when cutting-edge technology meets relentless ambition. To handle such a complex project, China turned to Herrenknecht, the German company that specializes in tunnel boring machines. The result? A machine so powerful it could chew through rock like a beast unleashed underground. Equipped with a telescopic camera system, this machine can constantly monitor the cutters and tunnel face, significantly reducing the need for manual inspections and risky maintenance work. But the real jaw-dropper is its sheer power. With a cutter-head drive boasting an incredible 7,000 horsepower and a mind-blowing torque of 35,000 kN-meters, this thing is an absolute brute force in tunnel construction. This is how the Chinese managed to dig such a massive and complex tunnel at breakneck speed. For context, during one stage of construction, this machine managed to carve out a 400-foot tunnel in just a single month. At its peak, it was excavating between 52 and 59 feet per day. That kind of speed is almost unheard of in the world of large-diameter tunneling. And it's no surprise that the machine itself looks absolutely menacing. It's a monster in the tunnel construction world, but with great power comes a hefty price tag. If you were thinking about getting one of these bad boys for a backyard project, you better have around $80 million to spare. The fact that Jinan is willing to invest in such expensive, high-tech machinery shows just how crucial this tunnel is to the city's future. It's a game-changer for transportation in the capital of Shandong province. With traffic congestion being a growing nightmare in cities worldwide, this tunnel is expected to play a key role in easing the flow of vehicles and reducing commute times. What's fascinating is that Herrenknecht's influence in China doesn't stop here. The Germans have had a hand in several major infrastructure projects across the country, including some that have shaped the very foundation of China's economic growth. One of the most notable examples is in Hong Kong, where their expertise helped build one of the most important airport connections in modern history. Before 1998, Hong Kong's airport was located right in the middle of the city, creating logistical chaos and safety concerns. So, the authorities made a bold decision. They moved the entire airport to a completely different location. But they didn't just find an empty space and build on it. Instead, they demolished unnecessary infrastructure on uninhabited islands, then used an insane amount of concrete, sand, and construction materials to literally create artificial land. On that newly built land, they constructed Hong Kong International Airport, now one of the busiest airports in the world. This mega project didn't stop at just moving the airport. Once the new facility was up and running, they needed a way to connect it efficiently to the Northwest New Territories, specifically to areas like Tuen Mun and Yuen Long. And who stepped in to help with the massive tunneling and underground construction required? Once again, Herrenknecht. The tunnel boring beast that changed everything. When China set its sights on creating an advanced tunnel network, it knew the challenge was beyond ordinary construction methods. The answer came in the form of a partnership with Herrenknecht, the German engineering company known for its expertise in tunnel boring machines. This collaboration led to the creation of a machine with not one, not two, but three names. Officially called the Mix Shield S8080, it also goes by TBM2 and Moon CCK Lop Coke, named after the route it helped carve out. To understand the scale of this machine, consider Bertha, the famous tunnel boring machine designed in Japan and shipped to Seattle in 2013. At the time, Bertha was the largest in the world, with a diameter of 57.4 feet, but China wasn't about to be outdone. Enter the Mix Shield S880, which surpassed Bertha with a 57.7-foot diameter, making it the new king of tunnel boring machines. If that wasn't enough, the machine stretches a massive 390 feet in length and weighs an astonishing 4,850 tons. It's a literal giant in underground construction. The mission was to create an underground and underwater tunnel system connecting Hong Kong International Airport to the mainland. The project officially started in 2013, but it wasn't until 2015 that the Mix Shield S880 began its work. Initially, it was used to dig a tunnel that was approximately 2,030 feet long, matching its massive diameter. However, plans changed midway through the project when engineers realized that a section of the tunnel needed to be smaller in size. Instead of scrapping the Mix Shield S1880, the Chinese did what they do best: adapt and innovate. They repurposed its core components to build a machine with a smaller 46-foot diameter, allowing them to continue the underwater excavation seamlessly. Despite the challenges, the project maintained impressive efficiency, with drilling speeds reaching up to 101 feet per day or 548 feet per week. Thanks to this relentless progress, the team managed to complete the underwater tunnel and reach the final destination by 2019. The defining moment of the entire project came when two tunnel boring machines simultaneously broke through the wall, marking the end of their excavation. It was an engineering spectacle, one that symbolized years of effort, precision, and relentless innovation. Building the main tunnels was just one part of the mission. To ensure stability and functionality, additional cross passages were needed to connect the parallel tunnels. This is where yet another engineering challenge emerged. How do you continue construction while also maintaining and servicing massive tunnel boring machines? The answer, once again, lay in China's efficiency. They deployed two smaller micro-tunneling machines, known as the AVN 3000, to carve out 46 cross passages in record time. If that number doesn't sound impressive at first, consider this. Each tunnel-to-tunnel crossing took an average of just 20 days to complete. This level of speed and precision ensured that the entire project remained on schedule, proving once again that China has mastered the art of large-scale infrastructure development. The human element behind the machines. Despite their sheer size and advanced technology, tunnel boring machines are not fully automated. They still rely on human expertise to monitor operations, maintain components, and ensure safety. Engineers and workers are constantly inside these tunnels, inspecting the machines and making real-time adjustments. Given the high-pressure environment and the complexity of the task, this is no small feat. Working on a tunnel this deep wasn't just about operating massive machines. It also required people to endure extreme conditions at over 164 feet below the surface, where high-pressure environments made simple tasks a complex challenge. Workers couldn't just climb down, finish their shift, and head back up like they were clocking out of a regular office job. The high pressure meant they had to live under conditions similar to deep-sea saturation diving, where rapid ascent could lead to serious health risks. To adapt, the workers' living quarters were filled with a specially controlled mix of oxygen, nitrogen, and helium, allowing their bodies to acclimate to the underground environment. When their shift started, they entered a sealed shuttle that transported them directly to the worksite inside the tunnel. Each shift lasted 6 hours, after which they returned the same way. This careful process reduced the frequency of compression and decompression, significantly lowering the risk of decompression sickness, a dangerous condition caused by sudden pressure changes. Despite these intense conditions, the tunnel was completed with remarkable efficiency. The final stretch, connecting mainland China to Hong Kong International Airport, was officially opened for traffic on December 27, 2020. Before this tunnel, getting to Hong Kong International Airport wasn't exactly a smooth ride. The primary route was via the North Lantau Highway, which had 3 lanes in each direction and a speed limit of 68 miles per hour, the highest in Hong Kong. In theory, this should have made airport access quick and easy, but in reality, the road had serious vulnerabilities. Flooding was a constant threat. One of the worst incidents occurred on June 7, 2008, when the entire highway was submerged, forcing a complete shutdown. Around 20 cars were trapped in floodwaters, but that wasn't even the real disaster. The real problem was the resulting traffic jam that stretched over 6 miles, trapping over 1,000 additional vehicles. For an international hub like Hong Kong, cutting off road access to the airport was a nightmare scenario. Traffic congestion was another major issue. In 2016, the North Lantau Highway recorded an average daily traffic volume of 54,100 vehicles, with some sections reaching as high as 66,100. With numbers like that, even minor disruptions, accidents, roadwork, or just peak-hour gridlock could turn into a logistical disaster. For travelers coming from the western side of mainland Hong Kong, the situation was even worse. Before the new tunnel, they had to take a long detour that often added hours to their journey. Now, with this direct underground route, they can reach the airport in just a few dozen minutes. This tunnel is a critical upgrade to Hong Kong's transportation network. By shifting a large portion of traffic underground, it significantly reduces the strain on the North Lantau Highway, which has long been one of the busiest roads in the region. The benefits go beyond just avoiding floods and traffic jams. The tunnel improves traffic flow, lowers vehicle emissions by reducing idle time in congestion, and enhances the overall efficiency of Hong Kong's logistics and travel industries. More importantly, it represents a shift in infrastructure planning, where resilience is just as important as speed. With climate change increasing the frequency of extreme weather events, transportation systems need to be built with long-term sustainability in mind. The tunnel's design accounts for these challenges, incorporating advanced drainage systems and structural reinforcements to withstand flooding and seismic activity. This ensures that, unlike the North Lantau Highway, the new route remains operational in conditions that would have previously brought the city's traffic to a standstill. By connecting key economic and residential areas more efficiently, the tunnel is laying the foundation for future growth. Faster airport access means improved trade and tourism, smoother daily commutes, and greater overall connectivity between Hong Kong and mainland China. It's a testament to modern engineering, proving that innovation in infrastructure can transform an entire region's economy and daily life. Looking at how smoothly this project was executed, it's hard not to wonder what's next. If China and Germany can pull off something of this scale, what other ambitious projects might be on the horizon? More underground highways, a tunnel stretching across an entire region. At this point, anything feels possible. One thing's for sure, tunnel boring machines are only getting bigger, faster, and smarter, and the way cities are built is about to change forever.